I think frustration, anger is something that arises from your inability to either achieve a goal or to get what you want.
So it's like kind of seeing something but not being able to grasp it.
Anger comes from a misalignment from your expectation and then the reality.
Ooh, I like
so,
that. What's going on? This is Michael Barayev with Spitting Fire. Today is
Monday!
And as you guys know, every single Monday we come at you with Spit Fire! Today's topic is
anger and the benefits of being angry.
Yeah. Yeah, hold me back, son.
Yo.
Oh!
Fucking angry!
Yeah!
French.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think anger is good or bad? I actually took an anger management course not too long ago, and I learned a lot about anger. Because everyone was saying, you fucking angry my whole life. I was like, all right, let me take this course, right? Took this course. You know what I learned from it? That it's okay to be angry. As a matter of fact, it's good to be angry. I know it's wild, but it's what we do when we are angry. That's the difference maker. It's what you do when you're angry.
Or it's what you do with the anger.
Or with the anger as well, which we're going to talk about today. So let me ask you guys a question. Are you angry? It's okay to let anger fuel you. It's not okay for anger to destroy you. And think of anger as this. If you use it for the wrong reasons, it can be like a burning hot piece of coal. And what happens when you pick it up? You end up burning your hand. Okay? So you got to learn how to channel that energy to the right stuff. Being angry because you're not where you want to be right now is okay. It's actually a positive thing. But being angry and creating drama and problems and, being out of control, destroying things, breaking things, that's when it's not a right thing. When you don't know how to control that energy, okay, that's when it's a problem. You want to be the blue flame, not the red flame. See, blue flame is controlled. As a matter of fact, it's more intense. But the red flame is sporadic all over the place. You can't even control it. Like what's going on in the Amazon and the Amazon in South America, it's crazy. Lots of freaking wildfires over there, and you can't control it. But how many people are cooking right now at home with their, with their blue flame? So it's more control. So you want to be that blue flame always.
So let me ask you a question, because anger, I believe, is on a spectrum. You can be a little bit angry, or you can be furious. Is there a level at which anger becomes destructive, or is it, can you be furious and use that furious, mindset to create, positivity? Like, is there a limit to the amount of anger that's healthy?
There is, and it's all dependent on the situation. You gotta understand that sometimes, like for example, you gotta be angry at where you're at in life to get your ass out of bed to go do what you need to do. Like you gotta utilize that positivity in the anger, right? A lot of times people get angry for dumb things, like somebody says something to you, you get angry, you get violent, you get abusive, you get monstrous, you become like the Hulk. You start becoming destructive. That's not good. So it's very good to understand where's the anger coming from. Is it a positive anger or is it a negative anger? Like right now, you may be positive and angry. I don't know, right? Yeah.
Oh,
right?
That's my problem. I don't get angry enough sometimes.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? We're two different people. I get fucking sometimes angry at the wrong things. Like I gotta control my anger better. You obviously have to get into the mode where you can actually get yourself angry. Like shit don't bother you as much.
So, okay. So, I was at a seminar a little while back and they talked about peak state and they said how, most people confuse happiness with high production, or they feel like, when they're happy, they're producing, they're in their peak state.
Absolutely.
But one of the things that I've learned is that happiness doesn't equal always peak state. In fact, sometimes it could be anger that equals your peak state. So
Absolutely.
maybe talk about, if you can, just how maybe, sometimes anger can trigger the highest level of production.
I mean, listen. I remember when I was, 2016 and started my company, I was so angry with where I was in life. Like I just wanted to be successful so bad. I was so obsessed. I was so infuriated in a positive way that every single day I made count. Like I remember it like it was yesterday. I was hustling and grinding and earning my pillow every day. And I remember I was angry, but that anger was not like a destructive anger. It was a more channeled kind of anger. So I went out there every single day, excited, angry, but utilize that anger to channel it towards the activities that I needed to do to get the job done. See, a lot of times people get angry and they stop. They don't do what they need to do. They stop going to the gym. They stop doing the things they said they're gonna do. They don't keep the promises they made to themselves, and that's what fucks with them. So a lot of times, like I say, you can either pick up the coal and burn your hand, or you can be smart enough to use the utensil and use anger to your advantage and pick up that coal with a tool. Does that make sense? So most people don't do this. So I believe that getting yourself to that peak state of mind, anger is one of the most strongest emotions. I mean, sex and love are one of the strongest emotions out there. The strongest, actually.
I didn't know sex was an emotion.
Well, not the activity of sex, but like sex itself is a strong burning desire. Like the desire for sex is a big emotion, right? It's one of the strongest, and love is huge. Like it's most powerful. Like love is more powerful than anger, but anger is right underneath that. Like you need to have some kind of anger to kind of fuel you in the right way. That's what I look at it. You know, so I got a very strong sex drive. I'm very good at loving people, but that fucking anger shit, like it's a benefit to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't be.
So, got you. So let me ask you this then.
I want to ask you a question. Like, why don't you get angry? Like, there's probably people watching this podcast. They don't get angry sometimes. Like, they get angry, but not in the sense when we're talking about anger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get angry. The problem I think that I have
get upset.
At times,
you don't get angry.
No, I've gotten angry. It's like there's times when I was angry this morning. The problem is it fades very quickly. I think because I have a natural tendency to let my emotions fade very quickly, that I'm not sometimes able to use that anger when I need to. For instance, if I had everything right in front of me when I get angry, because I think anger can be a tool, right? I use anger to get my point across in a way that's going to create passion in what I say. But the problem I have sometimes is by the time I get in front of the people I need to speak to, that anger has already faded, and then it just comes off dribble.
Gotcha.
So I need to, that's why sometimes I get myself fired up and mad, because the logic behind what I'm saying is there, but I need the anger to fuel.
So why do people get angry in the first place? Like, what makes people angry?
I think frustration. I mean, anger is something that arises from your inability to either achieve a goal or to get what you want.
So it's like kind of seeing something but not being able to grasp it.
Anger comes from a misalignment from your expectation and then the reality.
Ooh, I like
so when you have an expectation that doesn't meet the reality of a situation, you become angry. So as long as your expectations meet the reality, I don't think there's any room for much anger because you've already expected it.
So how come like a guy like me, I get angry all the time? Like
because your standards and your expectations are all the way up here, and the reality sometime of a situation doesn't meet those expectations.
So you're saying that I expect a lot of myself and people around me. That's why I kind of get frustrated sometimes.
You have very high standards and high expectations, which is not bad. That's a good thing. But that's a lot, I think, why you get angry a lot, because you find frustration in the fact that those realities don't match your.
I love that. And you know what's crazy? So for guys like me, obviously, anger management is a good thing to kind of learn how to manage and channel that anger. But for guys like me, what would you recommend? Obviously, like how do we calm down? Because you're more of a calm guy. I'm the more crazy motherfucker, hair on fire. I'll fucking punch someone in the neck if I have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, be careful. Right now, there's a juicy spot right there right now, Like, it don't matter. Like, and sometimes, what's crazy? We don't even think about our consequences. Like, we just fucking do things sometimes, right? I had to get good at controlling myself. Like, really good. I used to get so angry that if you were behind the door, and this happened actually, okay? There was a friend of mine that actually, I ended up breaking the door because I wanted to get through. They didn't let me inside, so I had to break it. And I really fucking broke this, because they tested me, saying they're not going to let me in. I said, trust me, I'm getting in, whether you like it or not. They said, yeah, right. That got me angry. So guess what I did? I demolished that door. It was a steel door. I broke the crap out of it.
You knocked. Then went.
Well, that's what you would do. I didn't control myself, and I demolished that door, which is stupid. Thinking back, oh my God, how dumb was I? Which actually got me arrested, which was crazy, right? It was a whole fucking mess, all because I couldn't control my anger.
Well, I think the world, like, first of all, there's certain laws and regulations that force people. It forces them to control their anger. I'll give you an example.
Can I say something? I spoke to a previous guest, which was Max, who was on a podcast. I asked him, if somebody gets you, he's like, when somebody gets me angry in the hood, what's gonna hold me back from like putting a fucking steel in your head? I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker comes from an environment where motherfuckers, if they get angry, they pop 2 slugs on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different mentality.
And I don't like slugs. They're mad like slippery. Slimy ass.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, these motherfuckers be in the hood, they be like, you get angry, like, in broad daylight, they don't care.
Slugs on you.
Yeah.
And they like expand and shit. all slippery. So,
but you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't take it to that extreme, but I definitely, you know, took some crazy measures. So I kind of calmed down. Obviously, anger management helped me kind of calming down. Channeling my anger helped me out a lot. But what else would you recommend for guys like us to kind of calm down and slow down our roll a little bit in that sense?
Well, I mean, this is something I personally do and I have experience in, which is alone time. And I think that alone time, you got to understand, when you're with somebody, you're expelling a lot of energy because you're always trying to either make them laugh or trying to keep them engaged. And there's a lot of energy involved. When you're by yourself, you don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to expel that energy. And so you can use that energy and harness it and then introspect. It gives you time to reflect and introspect on yourself. And when you are introspecting and spending time with yourself, I think that you can get me angry. Turn it to the host.
Oh man, hell, I have to do this, man.
My skin
shit,
color. No.
See, I want to see if I can get you angry.
You got me angry, bro. Woo, I'm angry. Yeah. So I would say that introspection and reflection allows you to cleanse yourself of those things, and the emotions won't get as strong. So I don't think those feelings that
being by yourself basically helps you out to kind of clarify some stuff.
You need to have a little bit of, you need to create mental space. I'll give you an example. If you put 20 people in a tiny ass little room, there's more likely to be beef. Arguments and beef than if you gave them a big space.
A lot of slugs being thrown around, right?
A lot of slugs, right? It's the same thing with your brain. When your brain doesn't have enough space to operate and there's too much clutter in there, you're gonna get more frustrated and angry. But if you give yourself the mental space, then your emotions have time, space to walk around, take a little walk. And so you need to give it the space to dissipate. It's like putting ink in an ocean. You'll never notice it. But if you put ink in a little cup of water, it's very obvious.
It gets diluted, basically.
Yeah.
It gets diluted. So it's okay to get angry, basically, just at the right moment, at the right time, to channel it for the right stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I wish I got angry enough, because I like to.
I hope, you know what, there's guys like you that can't get angry. I'll tell you how to get angry, okay? Think about something that you fucking want right now and you can't get it.
You know why I get angry? I only get angry when I know unequivocally 100% that I'm right about something. And then because I'm so right about it, and because I just get angry because I'm like, what I mean by that is if somebody's challenging me.
Google this word.
Somebody challenges me, and then I know I'm right. I get angry because I'm like, fucking just listen
anger,
to me.
a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility.
It's my son Zay right there.
Yeah. So strong feeling of annoyance.
Yo.
Yeah. You better get angry, son.
Where's Eric?
Eric. Right. So I think that a lot of times anger stems from not getting what we want, annoyance. But I think that most people don't channel it the right way. They let it destroy them, like it destroyed me a little bit.
Anger is pain, and pain creates action. Convert your anger into productivity. What does that mean to you?
To me, it means that, you take all the only way to become successful is to have a little bit of some anger inside of you. My opinion. You have to have some anger against something, against someone, against...
It's a driving force that
motivates you. It's the fucking fuel! How do you not... Like, right now I'm getting angry by me explaining this shit. Like, you gotta get fired up. You gotta get focused. And when someone tells you some bullshit, you gotta get so angry and say, yo, I'm gonna fucking succeed. Nothing's gonna hold me back.
So what happens about people who they don't understand this, and because they're angry frequently, they think that that's a negative, and then they start to use that frustration and put negative.
Like I said, there's the red anger, like the fire in the forest of Amazon right now, and there's the fire that is the blue flame that you're cooking fucking meals with every single day. You want to be the controlled fucking anger. You want to know what the fuck you're channeling you through. You want to be zoned in. You want to be honed in. You want to be focused.
Isn't that crazy that the same fire, the same flame that can burn down a whole forest is the same flame that you can use to cook your meal to fuel
Exactly. All because it's channeled the right way. So when you channel...
I'm on point with my analogies right now, bro.
Listen, if you channel your energies the right way... Look, you got to remember, we are emotional human beings. I don't care how logical people are and how analytical they are. At the end of the day, well, they're still emotional. They're just not to control their emotions very well, right? So everyone's emotional. That's who we are as humans. We have love, we have hate, we have fucking anger, we have fucking happiness, we have sadness, we have all these different emotions. How you deal with your emotions, which is your EQ, will determine how successful you can be. If you want to lead 100 people, you cannot be a lunatic like I was in 2010. You just can't. It's not going to work. People are going to be scared of you. You got to learn to channel it down. You got to learn how to direct it in the right areas.
You know what's crazy though? It's not just being able to tone down your anger, which I think is the issue that you've had, but you've gotten better at it. But also you need to know how to raise it up. For me, I got to find ways to get angry.
And that's why we have such a great partnership, because I can get angry, you can learn how to get angry, and you can get calm, and I can learn how to get calm, and we kind of, symbiotic.
Yo, get me angry, son.
I can punch you in the neck right now if you want.
Yo, you slapped me earlier. I got angry.
I had to, bro. You weren't paying attention. See, I had to keep my mans in the So listen, I love you guys. I hope you guys get a little bit more angry. And for those of you that are getting a lot angry on the wrong areas, get a little more calmer and focus and channel the energy to the right stuff. But as you guys know, every single Monday we come at you, we spit fire! Do me a favor, subscribe down below. Hit the subscribe button below, por favors. Before I get fucking angry, show up to your house and... Just kidding. All right? We love you guys. Have a good one. Enjoy. And don't forget, be angry in the right way.